This
Yesterday we have
conference will
seen
now be recorded.
yesterday we have seen how to use the property file, and I had a problem with the YAML file, right? So we were able to receive the properties from dev.properties file, but not from YAML file. So even though I have declared all of the things, all of the properties, I was unable to get it. Remember? So what the problem is? There was simple syntax error. So I was not giving space here. So it was like this. So it was simply like this. All the properties are like this. That's all. So here, instead of that, we have to give a space here. So that is the only problem. So if we give like this, it will work. Okay, let me show you how we can do it again. So yesterday, remember we were doing this use case. So here in the global elements, I had my configuration properties, and now I'm giving dev.yaml file. Okay, let me just trigger it. Run. So we can use both YAML file and properties file based on our convenience. It's running. Let's see. It is deployed, and let me run it. It is successful. See, whatever I'm doing, it is doing. So what I have done here yesterday? I am using my HTTP properties in my configuration. So we are not hard coding it from in the connection itself. We are getting it from property files. So let's say in your project, you are having different types of environments. In dev.yaml, you also have, let's say, uat.yaml. Yeah, YAML. I will say uat.yaml. And in uat.yaml, I will say username is uat user. Let's do one thing for the debugging purpose. Let's keep here in the logger. I will say dollar. What is this? http.username is the user. Okay, if I run it now, I should get the user as dev user. And after this, I will be changing it to UAT. Then our user will be UAT user. Okay, let's see if it is deployed. It is deployed. Gave response. Let's see this one. So here, see, user is dev user. Now, if I want to use the uat.yaml file, where I have to change it, I'll just close this one. Where I have to change it, I have to change my where are we configuring our property file? Here in the configuration properties. Okay. So now here, instead of YAML dev.yaml, I will give uat.yaml. Okay, I will save it again. Now in the console, we should be able to see UAT user. UAT user offending line is what? Key must not be null. YAML configuration property key must not be null. Is it null? Okay, in the YAML file, we should not, I copied the wrong file. So let me open this one. I should be copying this one. Here I will keep UAT user. Okay, let me just run it. Yes. Deployed. Let me trigger it, and you will be able to see user is UAT user. So what have I done now? I have changed the configuration properties, and I'm telling it to go and use UAT YAML instead of dev.yaml in the global elements. But if you see, this does not make sense. So what is the main purpose of using properties is not to change the code whenever there is a change in environment. So if at all we keep on changing this one, suppose in future you are getting your UAT has completed, your SAT has completed, now you need to move this entire code to production. So in that case, we don't need to come and again open the code and we need to do this one, right? So we have to pass it in the runtime. Dynamically, we have to pass it. So how to do that one? Here, instead of giving it in the hard coding way, this also we can give it from runtime. So how is that one? We can say $env, this one. And where do we give this env? We will give this in runtime. So let's see how we have to give it in runtime. In the project, right click and run as, go to Mule application configuration. So here in the arguments, you can type, this is the syntax, env. We have given their env, right? So env, I will say now, until now I have UAT, right? Now I will select dev. So it will take the properties from dev.properties file. Okay, apply and run. So in case if you want to change, so now we are not changing anything. See, now in the code I am using test.uat.yaml, but from the configurations I'm telling my code that go and use dev.yaml file. And even after running, we can use we can give uat.yaml file. So this is a dynamic way. No need to change our code even though environment changes. So this is the main purpose of properties, and wherever we are doing some hard coding values and connection values, right? Wherever we are giving environment specific values, like for the, let's say for the APIs, client will give you some properties which are environment specific. So for that one, you need to use properties. It is coming, and see here, user is dev user. And if you want to give it now, let's use it UAT. So just stop it and don't change anything in code. Just right click, run as, configuration, arguments, give here UAT, apply, run. Now our user should be UAT user. So that means we are reading all the properties from uat.yaml file. Okay, any questions here so far? No questions?
No, Kirti. Yeah.
So what are the main steps we follow? I will just reiterate again. So deployed, let's see now it should come. Since we have given in the runtime arguments, we have given UAT, it should come as UAT user. Okay, user equal to UAT user. So that means it is getting all the details from uat.yaml file. So what are the steps you need to do? You need to simply give, the first step is create a YAML file, .yaml file or .properties file. Then configure all the properties in this file. So if at all you want to declare in YAML file, this is the syntax for YAML. This is the syntax. So even if one space misses, there will be a problem. So as yesterday we have seen, right? I just did not give one space before this 80. It has been a problem. So it has to be very specific. And for dot properties file, it has to be like this. Okay, I will send you this document today. Like this, you have to save. And for after configuration, what you can do, you have to give in the global elements. You are creating files. Then how to tell MuleSoft, how to tell our code, Mule code to get these files? You have to go to global elements and create a configuration properties. How to create it? Just click on create and select properties, configuration properties. So what is the next step? Third step is create a configuration properties in global elements. So once you create it, you will be able to give here what is the file you need to retrieve, from where we need to get the all properties. So instead of giving it hard coding here, we can give it like this. Whatever you want to give, you can give it dynamically. Okay, in the configuration properties, dynamically set this one. Set. Okay. After setting it, how to run it? On the main project, click on right click and do run as Mule application configuration. So when you do this, you will be popped up with this dialog box, and here go to select arguments and give whatever you need to require here. So here -d, it means we are indicating is it is a runtime dynamic value, and we have given env right there. Here we have given env.yaml. So whatever you are giving here, you need to specify it here. Env equals to what you are trying to give, uat.yaml, right? So that's why you are giving uat. Okay, that's all. So go to runtime configuration, and in the arguments, give this one. Say give. Okay. So in this way, we are giving our properties. We are telling our Mule to go and select a property file dynamically without changing our entire code. We are not touching our code at all. Okay, this is the main purpose. Any doubts here so far?
Yeah, Kirti. So when we get any question like when to use YAML, when to use dot property, any technical differentiation is there, or any priority for YAML or any priority for dot property to decide also?
Yeah, only one difference is there. So there are no major changes. Only one difference is, suppose if you want to have multiple properties under a single main property. Okay, here for HTTP, I'm using port, username, host, right? So if I have multiple, like hundreds of like this, if I'm having consider 20 to 30. So instead of going for properties file, go for YAML file, because you can simply create the main property, header property here, HTTP. Under it will come all the properties. But in case of dev properties, it's also similar. But for every property, you have to do like this: HTTP dot something, HTTP dot something, like that. So it's our from development point of perspective, there is no change, there is no differentiation. It will take from properties file, from YAML file, it is same. But generally, everyone prefers dot properties file. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, now let's see how to secure these properties. Let's say now we are using, let's close this one properties file. Let's see dev.yaml file. In this YAML file, I'm using all these properties. And among this one, I have to give some password also. Like there is a password. And let's say I'm giving my password as ABC. So there is a password which I have to use in our internal project. So if we cannot expose our properties, our safe any passwords which have to be exposed, right? This is a very confidential thing, very confidential property. So even if anybody opens the project, they should not be able to see the password directly. So we have to encrypt this one. We have to encrypt any properties which client says that are confidential, like passwords or any URLs where are there confidential, any properties which are confidential. So for those one, we should not be able to show them directly the password. It should be encrypted. So how to encrypt? our properties. Let's see. So first of all, these are the main steps which we have to do. Create a YAML or a properties file. So we have created it already. So let's see in this example only. You are dropping Karthik. Okay. So this is very important actually for configuration and all. Okay, tomorrow we can just recap it again if you want. Okay, he has already left. Okay. Yeah, so we have already created it, YAML file and this one, and we have to add a secure configuration module to our studio. So until now, what we have seen, we have created a YAML file, we have declared all the properties. So to secure this one, we need an additional module to be added to our Mule. So how to add it? We can go for add modules or just search in this one. Yeah. Now you can select secure. It will search.
Kirti, how you got that pop? Oh, Kirti, you can please show again. Sorry.
You can click on search in Exchange
Okay.
on the right side. Searching for secure. It will come here whenever Mule secure configuration. Not coming. Let's see. Mule secure configuration. Okay, this one. Just add it. Finish. So I will write it for you. What to add is Mule secure configuration. So it is added secure properties. Here you can see secure properties. After that, we have added this one, and now we have to encrypt our passwords. So after adding this module, we have to encrypt our passwords. So how to encrypt our passwords? For that also we need one more update, that is I will give you this URL also. So we have to load this one. So why we need to load this one, I will tell you. So if you see, let's say I have a dot properties file, I can click on open with, and if you see here, I do not have any Mule editor. So to get the Mule editor, so to encrypt the passwords, we require encrypt, we require Mule editor. How to get this Mule editor is, we can go, so until now, as I've shown you, dot properties file, I do not have any Mule editor right now. I can see only property editor, text editor, system editor, input. So I do not have any Mule editor also here. So if I search Mule, I do not have Mule editor. So for that one, what we have to do, we have to go to help here on the top, install new software. In the link here you work with, just give this link, or you can give add, or you can give here the link. Here I am giving the link, and select, give the name as this one, Anypoint Enterprise Security, because we are providing security to our properties. Add. So it will come something like this. Select all, next, next, I agree, finish. It will take few seconds to install the new software. It might also ask to restart our system, restart our Mule Anypoint Studio. And there might be a chance when for your, if you are trying to search in Exchange, right? We are searching one Mule secure configuration. If at all it asks for any adding account, click here add account and connect to your Anypoint Studio. 1 second. Authentic validity cannot be continue the installation anyway, install anyway. Yeah, I was saying here add account. Okay, here we are getting restart Anypoint Studio. Just click on restart now. If at all you are getting any error like you have to log into your Anypoint platform, just log in it. It should not be any problem. So I think you might have created your Anypoint platform account, right? In the beginning classes, I have told you the cloud, the online cloud platform. I hope everyone has created their
Yes,
account.
yes, Kirti,
Yeah.
we created.
So just log into that account if it is asking you. Otherwise, if it is not asking you, it's not be a problem. So now, as you have seen, it did not ask me. Okay. Now let's see. This is our project. Give it a second. In SRC, developer properties, right click, open with. Now I can see Mule properties editor. Earlier it was not there. Okay, why do we need it? I will tell you. So right click on this and select this one. So now you can see here my properties. How earlier I used to see this in this way. In this way, right? In just similar like a notepad plus plus. But now I'm saying in this format. So what is our user or what is our use here is, let's say I want to encrypt our username. So here I will go and select username and right click. Here I can encrypt this one. Whatever it is there, I can encrypt. Okay, this is the main use of Mule property editor. To encrypt, you need a Mule property editor. And how do you get the Mule property editor? You have to load it from this link. I will send you this link also. And how to encrypt this one? Let's say not encrypt username. Let's encrypt password only. So it is advisable that don't open the YAML file in the Mule property editor. It will be a problem sometimes to open the YAML file. So it is advised that create a dot properties file, or you can say dot temp file, any temp dot properties file. Okay, create a property file and open this property file in a Mule property editor and encrypt here. Okay, you can see here. So this is a text editor, this is table editor. In table editor, you will be having an option to encrypt. So now let's say I will have a http dot password equal to abc. Okay, now I will encrypt this abc. Go to table editor form, double click on this one, password, and encrypt. So for encryption, we need to select the algorithm. So here we have multiple algorithms. You can select any algorithm you want. Generally, anyone like on the technical perspective, if they have any requirements, they will tell any algorithm. But generally, everything any algorithm should be fine. So now I will select AES. Okay, and here I should give a key size of 16. So let's say I will give my algorithm. So the fourth step is choosing algorithm and 16-digit number or alphanumeric. Let's say I will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 password. So this is my key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is my 16-digit key. I will give it here. Okay. See, now the value is encrypted. So decrypt, you can select on click on decrypt, it will be decrypted. Again encrypt. Since you have given the key now, it is automatically doing the encryption and decryption. Copy this value, whatever it is giving the value, copy this value, click on OK, and paste this in your YAML file. Instead of ABC, paste this here. So now if anyone opens your code, they will see this one. So they don't know what is the value here. They don't know what algorithm you have used. They don't know what is the key. Only you will be using. When I say you and your client, whoever has access to this project, they will be knowing the key. They will be knowing which algorithm to use. By using that only, they can decrypt. Okay, any questions so far?
Again,
Okay.
for changing the password also, we need to go to the same steps, right? We need to follow the same steps, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So you have to preserve your key. Whatever you have set, you have to preserve your key. And then how to use this one? So how to we have to use our we have to tell, right? We have to tell our Mule that go and use this property file and go and use this key, go and use this algorithm, right? So for that we have to go to global elements. And we have to get secure property configuration global element. So here just click on select secure, it will come. Okay. So here, which file you are going to give? As of now, let's give our .yaml files. If it doesn't come here, just go and type here dev.yaml. And what is the key? Give your key here. And also select the algorithm. Defaultly, it will be AES, and I have selected AES also. So if you have, while encrypting, if you have selected some other algorithm, you need to change it here also. Okay, AES. Now, okay. It is loading. So now what have we done until now? We have created YAML file, we have encrypted this one, and we are telling Mule to go and take the properties from this YAML file using whatever the algorithm we have given and whatever the key which we have given. But in the code, we have been using our property something like this. HTTP dot port, HTTP dot host, like that. So whenever we are encrypting, the syntax will change. It will be something like this. $secure : This is most important. So you have to add secure : in your wherever you are using. So here I will use secure : I will use for all the properties. Generally, what everyone will do is they will use secure : only for the properties which they have encrypted. But it is not a good practice. So whenever you are using the secure property file, when you are encrypting any one single property, it is suggested that you have to use secure : proper for the port for the all the properties, even though you are not encrypting that one. Okay, now let's see, wherever we have done, we have to use this one. So I have given in the logger, this is my user. So here I will say like this. And now let's print our password as well. So to get the encrypted value, we have to give something like this. If you simply say whatever you are giving here, whatever instead of secure : you will get the encrypted value. To decrypt the value, you have to give secure : HTTP dot password. So in the .yaml file, HTTP dot password, you have this one now as of now. So you have to, in the logger, you have to see the decrypted value as well. Okay, let's see now. Right click, and here let's see, let's go whatever file. So we have done all the changes in dev.yaml file now. So now let's use dev.yaml file only. Run configurations, arguments, change it here to dev. Apply, run. Save it. Somebody has pinged. Oh, be sure. Okay, you have a meeting. Okay. So this is an important thing. Be sure it's almost done. So don't worry. Tomorrow I will be recapping again.
Okay, Kirti, thank you.
Yeah, and if at all you have some time, right? We have discussed about assignments on the last classes. So please come. Like if at all you have done all the assignments, you can show me tomorrow. Please keep ready by tomorrow's class.
Okay, Kirti. Okay.
Deployed. Now let's trigger it. So here see, user is dev user, password is ABC. It is decrypting. Why it is decrypting? Because we have given secure : Okay, and now let's say I want to use this from our where is our secure? Yeah. So here also I'm hard coding. So here we should not do this one also, right? So this whatever we have done in the main configuration, we have to do here also. Like here I will say $env. So this also we are giving from our runtime dynamic arguments. And this key also we should not show our key in the code. So for that purpose also we have to give it dynamically. So what I will say, $encryption.key. Let's say this one. So this also I have to pass in our dynamic arguments. So let's say okay, and I will save it. And for running, I will say run as Mule application. Here we need to add one more property, that is -d enc dot key equal to. So whatever I have given there for the key, that key has to be given here. enc dot key equals to our password, whatever our key we have given. So now let's click on apply, run. This is the coding standard. So this is also one of the important interview question. So they will ask you why we need properties, why we need property file or YAML file. So in that way you have to answer to pass the values dynamically based on the environment. We have to use dot property file or YAML file. Let's send this one and let's see. User equals to dev user, password is ABC. So whatever we have done earlier, we are doing the same thing, but we are sending. So anything we did not, from now onward, we don't need to do any changes in the code. We will simply do in the runtime configuration. So if at all I want in the UAT or .yaml file, in the runtime configuration, I will give UAT. That's all. And also remember, here also you need to have the, so now I have dev.yaml file. I have the encrypted value. But in the UAT YAML file, I did not do encryption. I do not have that password field also. So if you don't have a password field, we will get errors like yesterday. You have to have password field and you have to encrypt it using the same algorithm and same key. Then only you will be able to do from it here. Okay, if you want like in original projects, what they will do is for the developer they will give a key, we can use it. But generally, if at all one second, for the UAT or for production, they will not give the key because they will be using different algorithm, and they will be using same algorithm but different key. So they will simply give you the encrypted value. You have to keep that here for the password and whatever the value they have given you. Okay, and one of the most important question while interviews is why we need to encrypt. So why we need to encrypt and how we can encrypt. So then you have to say the same thing. Why we need to encrypt is to maintain the confidentiality of the properties, and why we need to how we need to do this is whatever steps we have done here, we have to do that. Create a property file, and here I will send you this all notes. Create a property file, add secure configuration module to the studio. If at all it is present, it is okay. Otherwise, you have to add that module and then encrypt the passwords. So how do you encrypt the passwords? We have to keep this one Anypoint. We have to get the Mule property editor. So no need to say we have to load and load and we have to install anything. You simply say create a property file, add security configuration module to encrypt, use Mule property editor, choose an algorithm and key, and give this one in our code using secure colon colon. Okay, this is how we secure our properties and we encrypt our properties in MuleSoft. And if at all they say, how do you give the dynamic values in runtime? Just say that in run as configurations, run configurations, you will give in the runtime using arguments. Okay, any questions so far here?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, since I thought of covering error handling today, we can start error handling. But since many people are not there today, let's start from tomorrow. And even if both of you have any questions related to
Okay.
until now, Rakesh, do you have any questions?
No, Kirti.
Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Or if you have done the assignment, right, you can show it to me now. Since we have some time, like 10 to 15 minutes, you can show it to me now. We can go through together. Does anyone of you have the assignments ready? Devanand or Rakesh?
Okay, Kirti, not yet completed from.
Yeah.
Okay. Rakesh, what about you?
Kirti, I'm also not yet completed. I'll just keep you update. Okay. I'll complete.
Yeah. Try to
Some
complete few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least try to do one thing, like create a listener and API with one body of do a use case for one body type, one URI parameter type, and one query parameter type. Expose 3 APIs. That should be okay. So anyhow, we are learning daily, right? So you can keep on practicing, but for tomorrow, make these 3 available. We can review it in the class.
Sure.
Okay, Kirti.
Okay then. So if you don't have any questions, we can end the session as of now. Tomorrow we will see after reviewing everyone's assignments, we can start error handling. Okay.
Okay, Kirti.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Kirti. You too.
Thank you.